Text-to-speech message for user fixated. Listen carefully. Now, I have been alive for many, many years. I've gone through thousands more times entirely unique and fully novel experiences than almost anybody else on this planet. I'll have a great deal of wisdom on things like this, things that are all the same as the many conversations held over and over and over again, the same as all the monotonous and repetitive conversations held before them. The only switch between each topic and conversation being who or what the person talking on the other side of me is. I'd have possessed and held on to dozens more wells of knowledge at a quarter of my age now than anyone else around you, me, or anybody that any one of those groups could ever know. As such, I very much feel that I am the most learned man on just the amount of incredulousness that could be dug up on debates like this, yet I still can't remember a time I read or heard a more witless idea. Art is the very conversation of the poor, something that is founded in the basis that you are very in touch and learn on the workings of the world as such. In all my experience, I've only ever seen that the rich tend to be more envious than the poor more intelligent than the rich, and evidently the poor further versed in the arts than any rich man ever thought could be possible for him or his peers. Joel Hendricks, Amadeus, Gibbons, Coleman, Mayhew, Van Heim, Steinberg, St. Gallagher, all of the greatest acclaimed minds for harmonics, as was being discussed in the video you are talking on, were impoverished. Again, Joel Hendricks, Amadeus, Gibbons, Coleman, Mayhew, Van Heim, Steinberg, St. Gallagher, Einstein, Maxwell, Curie, Nietzsche, Poe, Tesla, Farnsworth, Kahneman, Bradley, Franklin, Wright, Faraday, Ramanujan, Newton, Dostoevsky, Camus, Stevenson, Bogart, Foreman, Stewards, Knowles, Reginald, Weston, Cath, or Feynman. All of them poorly educated, poorly financed, and the faces of each topic relevant to our conversation. The choice of which esteemed meal to have for breakfast or which car to use for a scenic drive is a world away from the tribulations of who to divide your food to, or which choices to survive the next winter. When it comes to what will foster intelligence, will, talent, skill, grit, innovation, toughness, desire, ethic, drive, passion, cleverness, creativity, or any other zone within the scopes you had mentioned, it only makes sense for the poor to exceed the rich in the field of the arts. In other words, and shorter breaths, you're the greatest fool if you truly think as you say you do. As for envy, I'm sure you know of the trust among royalty, or the tales of a man that had bitten too few. Of course, a rich man may be wise in his own eyes, but any poor man that has discernment will see through him and his act clearly. You're naive, immature, and briggish, just as I can see through exactly what you do and who you are. Saying this sincerely, knowing that I wish you wouldn't be, as you are pathologically ill, but as I don't feel you have reasoned yourself into your current position. I know you cannot be reasoned out of this ideological sickness. To explain further on what I have just tried to convey, I consider it a great and philosophical ailment to think down on those of a lower caste, through which none seem to look above theirs, to see the hypocrisy within. So much please absorb and mull over what I have just wrote. Do so especially well on that last line. It will be a great help to you, if you choose to. Otherwise, I wish you to prove me wrong in my thoughts. I promise, without jest or unseriousness, to stay open in my conversation with you in this and this only. Thanks. With regards to a long-winded response from you and yours.